Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. As you can see, we're back in a garage buttoning up stuff. So we are trying to get all the drive shafts on. I'm trying to do a road test. So just diving in here, just put the new brakes on, new discs and pads. The old ones weren't really that bad, they've just gotten down here. It's not a right lot big lip on them. But if we're putting new pads in, let's just go with new discs, new mating surface, job's a good one. We'll get them bedded in before the rally. But yeah, the last thing to do now is to sort that other drive shaft out. I've had a nightmare trying to get the end off it. I need to get the right equipment, so hopefully I'll be able to sort that out by the end of today. I need a vise, and we haven't got a vise here. Might have got a screw fix to buy a vise in a minute, and a copper hammer. But we'll crack on. But we're just about to put the wheel on this side. I think it's done for the rally. Everything's tight, I've spanner checked it all. Job is a good one. Yeah, wheels going on. So we are making some progress. I have just fitted the phone mounts, so they needed doing. Got these kind of phones and water around the car. So I'll just spin this camera around for you. We've put one down here, and then mine's on the door over there. Navigator can have a cable that runs around the back, plugs into the cigarette lighter there for a charge. What else have I just done? Got the brakes all built back up, new discs on there too. Round here I have just put a new rubber in. That one was weeping, so I think that's what the cause was of a soft brake pedal. Just bled the brakes up now, put some fluid in, job's a good one. Next on the list is tow rope, a tool bag, and then this is the spare wheel strap and stuff in there. That's to go back in. There's a spill kit, I think it's in that mess somewhere. Spill kit, fuel sampling kit needs to go in. I do need to go and buy a tool bag to go in the car as well. Drive shafts, this one's knackered. That one I want to put on, no, that one's knackered. This is a nice one. That's to go onto there. That's to go in the bin. And then, but I'm going to go to, I'm going to go and see Mr. Whitty for that, who originally put the roll cage in the car. So I'll be able to take you back to Ronda's build space day one. We're going to go up to his garage there. He's the only person that I know with a vise right now, and we haven't got one here, so we're struggling a bit to get that off. And a copper hammer to give that a bit of a hit. And yeah, we'll get them sorted out. So we're going to go and visit him. Got to be up at his house at 6:30. It's now 1:45, so stay tuned.
But if you turn it over, they stick down. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. Mr. Whitty's fixed it. Cheers, Whitty. This is Ronda's original build garage of where we put the cage in, isn't it? That was a few years ago now.
It is.
Right. I mean, that's like 10 years ago. I'm not even kidding, yeah. But, so we got one off, that's the broken one. The drive shaft's only done 200 miles. That one. So, yeah, we'll get this good end off here. Hopefully it'll come off nice and easy. Stick it on there. The boot's not even perished or anything, it's a brand new boot on that. We just need to put the clips on and it's a good one. Take two. Hey, there you go.
That's all they're meant to come off.
That's how they're supposed to do it. See? Whitty knows these things.
Come in. Oh, that's alright.
Should be alright, I think. So that's the good one. No, that's the good one, isn't it? So I'll keep that just on there, just in case I ever need it, on that inner.
Well, you can always knacker in it, like.
Yeah. So I'll keep that as a spare.
Keep that, yeah.
That's the broken one, isn't it?
Yes.
This, yeah.
One.
That.
You got a new boot on there.
No, it's brand new, mate. It's on 200 miles.
Yeah, right.
So I'll put that drive shaft in, sort of like just before Mull 19. So it's not done much. Happy days. Cool. So we're back at steering camera 9 now. Thank you very much to Mr. Whitty for sorting that out for me. We have a drive shaft. Well, we have a drive shaft to go on. I'll turn the camera out for you. So this was going to be my spare, but we found that the drive shaft, or the CV joint that was going to go on the other drive shaft, this one's got that weird narrow bit in it. So this was going to be the spare. I found that that CV joint didn't go on the other shaft. It was like a mil too small. Weirdly, I don't know why. It just didn't. So I'm going to put this in. I've got a new shaft on the way. This can be a spare, and I've ordered a new CV joint to go on my other spare shaft. So I'll have a new shaft in, I'll have this made up, and another one. So we'll be right. But for tonight, we'll put this in, turn the wheels, just make sure the gearbox works. Job done. So there we have it. Got this drive shaft back in. Stick light on. There we go. Happy days. Clicked into the gearbox nice. So what I do normally is just make sure that it did click. Can't really see that well. Just make sure that, massive finger out of the way, that it is nice and snug up there. And now we're just going to just open this, which is the gearbox fill, and stick some of this new MTF3 in that we bought from Honda the other day. So we'll do that with this little gadget here, funnel and a pipe, and then you basically fill it up till it starts pouring back out the same hole. That's how you can't overfill it. But I will put something like this just under, just to catch anything that's needed or not needed is the case. So we are a go. So just going to quickly do that now, and then we'll fire her up and see if the gearbox works. Wish me luck. There we have it. Just got that in place just there. As you can see, the tube goes down here and then into the side of filler just there. So there we go. Well, now is the moment of truth. I've got some gearbox fluid in there. It's basically going to be, give it a start, see if it goes in gear. So without further ado, we'll give it a go. Now then guys, so we've just done a road test, and she works. More to the point. Really close ratio. Fifth gear I thought it was in third, but yeah, going very well. Nice and short between third, fourth and fifth, so super happy. You don't even know until you put it in reverse or first, until you put it all back together, that you've done it right or not. Anyway, she pulls like a train, and you've got to keep rowing gears at it now, so very different car to what it used to be. But yeah, we're all smiles. And I think she's going to top out around about 107. We had a bit of a test on a private road, and yeah, we're about there, I think. 9,000 revs, it does not go any faster than that. So, massive thumbs up. Big thank you again to HPT Autosport over in America. Got them, they really did hustle and get it over super quick. Like I said in the previous video, this is something that I've ordered on Prom Rally Friday night, and it arrived a few days later. Well, not a few days, like a few weeks later, but in good time, ready for Mull. So we're happy. I've got brakes to bed in. They're super squealy. There isn't a right lot left on the list, is there, Steve?
Not along the way.
Got this passenger seat, navi seat to get in. I have ordered some new mounts. Katie's got her own seat. They did arrive. Somebody signed for them, and they're now missing because I don't know who signed for them, and they're not at my house, and they're not a neighbour either because I've knocked on every door. So I don't really know what's going to happen there, to be honest. But they're very specific for Katie's seat, so I can't just literally order any other sort of random seat mounts. It's got to be them. So yeah, I bought them from a guy over in Durham. So if it means I have to drive to Durham to get them, so a new set, then I'll have to do that before Mull. But we're pretty much getting there. We've got quite a few things to do to the van before I go, and there's a few trailery jobs, and the Touran needs the lamp still wiring up. I didn't quite get there the other night with that, so there's a relay to put on for them. But yeah, no, I'm all smiles. I'm happy, super happy. It's obviously another learning curve. I've got to learn the car again, so we'll be doing some road testing and stuff before I go. So that'll be this weekend and over the next sort of week. So today is for Saturday, and it is 9:15 on a Saturday, and so I've got sort of this week to get my hand in it and just get these brakes more bedded in and stuff like that. There is a bonnet stay that I need to make. It's held up by a broom shaft or something at the minute, one of these poles and stuff over there, so I do have to... Ronda decided to back herself out of the garage when I thought it was in neutral, and it snapped the bonnet stay. Luckily it didn't hit anything. It's like a miracle that it didn't really, but that was the other day with the lamp board crushing that, so I'm now trying to either cobble together the old one or make something out of nothing. But yeah, pretty much getting there. I think I'm a lot happier now that I've got this thing running. You know, taking gearboxes out on nearly rally week, it's a bit of a risk, isn't it? But I've got a drive shaft to swap, and I've got a new CV boot on the way for that other one. So we do have some spares in hand for that. But like I said, other than Katie's seat going in, we're nearly there. We really are. It's quite a nice sort of feeling that I don't have to rush next week on the car. Let's have a look at that list. Is there anything else on that list?
That list is small.
It is very small, isn't it? Okay, so we have got an alignment to do. The nav seat, like I just explained. Mount the camera. So I bought a new GoPro, so I just want to make sure that charges and stuff in the car. Spare wheel strap, spill kit, fuel sampling, and front brake lines. So I have ordered some front brake lines, but they haven't arrived. Royal Mail were on strike. They said they've sent them ages ago. But I got in touch with them. It's a company called Torx. They are very good, to be fair. It's who I got all the fuel lines and stuff on. So I've ordered some Dash 3 lines to go on the front, just as a precautionary sort of thing. But they have sent another whole kit out to me, so they said that'll be here either Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So I'll make them up. Whether I'm going to use them or have them as spare, at least I'll have some spare. Either the ones I've got on will be spares, or the new ones will be spare. But yeah, other than like bedding brakes in, and that's pretty much about it for Ronda. There is an awful rattle though, coming from, I think I know what it is. It's the rear tank guard. Must just be catching on something, or it might just need a bit cutting off it. But it is vibrating. Hit it with a big hammer. I think that's what might be the problem, because I hit it with a hammer to straighten it back. And I think that's why it's now vibrating. So I'll cut some bits off it or do something, but yeah.
What they say on Snatch? If it doesn't work, hit him with it.
If it doesn't work, hit him with it. Yeah, that's true. But I think it's going to be it for this one. Thank you very much for everyone who's following along all the series. It's an exciting thing, but it's nervous getting a car sort of ready. I'm not nervous. How do you say? So like, you need to make the car as best prepped as you possibly can for safety. And no, this is not my first rodeo. It's not the first time I've been doing Mull now. So putting stuff like lights under the bonnet and stuff like that, it's just a massive improvement from what it has been before. So you just remember stuff that you need. So yeah, it's quite nice to be a bit more organised earlier on. I'm saying that, I'm going to touch wood. Something's going to bloody happen now. Usually, innit, now I've got the car sort of moving, I break something.
Yeah, we'll snap some off.
I'll snap, yeah, and like the other time I pulled the mud flaps off the whole lot.
And
just
by extinguisher pulled the thing off the end.
And pulled the and then the cut off, electric cut off, that got snapped by the bonnet. So something will happen.
It's that bonnet.
It's that bonnet, it is, isn't it? Steve, I think you need to do a bit of something with this picture, mate. It's winding me up.
Fix it, you bust it.
I didn't bust it.
You've lived here.
Oh, there we go. Very much.
If that's the only thing that we've broken.
That is true, mate. So this is the other side of rallying that people don't really see. We're just out on Steve Drive, and discs and pads for the van. So before we set off, I thought better I'd put some discs and pads on her. So not mega old, but old discs are a bit crusty. So we'll go with some new efforts. Just better safe than sorry, isn't it? So we'll just clean the hub up on there and got all the tools out again. So there we go. And with, of course, every sort of job that thinks you're going to take half an hour, now we're gone dark. So the slide pin, one of them was all seized up, so I've had to knock it out with a socket, Dremel the caliper, slide it back in, re-grease it, put the pin back in, and now it's all back together, and it's only 7:30 now. Anyway, we'll continue, we'll get the other side done, then it's a job top. Happy days. So we're just out here sorting the lamps out on the car, on the chase car. Happy days, they're done, another job off the list. Happy days. It's getting closer and closer to that ferry, and I'm still doing jobs. Next up is a tip run, and then I'm going to get my trolley jack so I can carry on putting the brakes on this thing because it got a bit late last night. So yeah, we'll do that. So we are all over the place at the minute. Back at Steve and Kaz's garage, and I have got a new trolley jack, sorted the van out, taking stuff off, put new bulbs in the back of the chase car because they were saying that there's sidelight bulbs out and all stuff on the dash. So that all done. Chase car with a map light in it as well, finished. Van's got new brakes on it, all done. Trailer's got all its lights on. I have lacquered and painted and lacquered another set of wheels today, so tomorrow I've got some Michelin tyres to get on them once they're dry, and then I'm just here now. I'll turn the camera around for you. So from J&R Shafts, we've got a new driver's side. Hopefully it fits. I think it looks very apparent. Apparent, is that the word? Familiar, there you go. So happy days. We will take this one out. So we'll use that one as a spare. I do have another CV joint on the way, like I said, so I've got another one in the van to build back up, but let's get that one out. So there we go, new drive shaft in. It's in there somewhere, you can't really see, but it's down there somewhere. Right, the list. It's up there, pretty much nearly ticked off now. This hoodie needs to go in the bin, so do these jeans. What a week these clothes have had. Well, a few days. Absolutely covered in gearbox oil and all sorts. Right, so drive shaft is here. That's the spare one that was in. There's stuff like putting little stickers on the car and stuff now. So I did order some new front brake lines. They haven't arrived. I've been assured they're going to be here by Wednesday. So just as a precautionary measure, I just wanted to refresh them. The back ones looked absolutely fine. The front ones are fine. It's just what I wanted to put new ones just in the wheel arches. I've done forest rallying with these, so you never know, do you, what stones and whatnot are flicked up and stuff. The rear tank guard was vibrating. I've just found that's loose, so I'll tighten that up and put a rubber grommet on it or whatever. I'm just outside now at the minute. I'll turn this around for you. So last thing to go on now is the rear the sump guard. So that's that foamy pad there sits on the sump. These are the two wing stop stuff going into the engine. I like it to be nice and clean. I've had coolant and all sorts of greasy stuff on there, so I've currently got some alloy wheel cleaner. I'm giving it a good soak. Then obviously, you know, if there's anything dripping, you can see it straight off. Then if it's nice and aluminium coloured, it has had a bit of a hard life, this one, so at some point we do need to refresh it. I'm putting new bolts in anyway. Some of the bolts have actually been scuffed down because it's the first point of contact in it, so they're a sort of consumable. So I'll stick some new bolts in and away we go. So stick this back on, and then I think other than sort of like an alignment and obviously the Navi seat rails, what a fiasco that's been. So I've got some, I ordered some seat rails for Katie's seat. They didn't turn up. Well, they said delivered on the tracking number, and then they randomly got signature off some random person I didn't get a card through the letterbox, so somebody's got my seat rails. Really bad from FedEx, to be fair, and I haven't a clue who it is. So I've tried to ring the depot. I'm not the account holder, so just spent an hour on the phone today trying to locate where they've dropped them off at, or someone's house or wherever, or a business or wherever, only to get the phone put down on me because I'm not the account holder, even though they're my item and I bought them. So what I've had to do today, I've had to buy them again. I've spoke to the guy who's sending them out. It's based over in Durham, really nice friendly guy. It's not his fault that they've gone missing, it's just bloody FedEx being stupid. So he's shipping me overnight in some new ones, so I bought them. So obviously, you know, you can open a case and all the rest of it with the, it's a bit better, it's gone brighter. You can open a case, but it takes weeks, doesn't it? And we haven't got weeks. We're going on a ferry a week today, so, well, a week today from right now. It's about 8 o'clock at night. We will be in Mull. So I think I've got everything sorted. A toolkit for the car is arriving tomorrow, so I'll get that in there. But yeah, we'll get this cleaned up and we'll get it on the car. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? At least it's clean again, not absolutely covered in coolant. I'll just tidy the wing up a little bit on the other side. Well, that's actually tar from Promenade Rally. It was really hot and all the tar was coming up, so I'm not going to start getting into removing tar off old mudflat material, but right, let's get her on. And there we have it. Sump guard back on for the last time. God, this looks a bit rough, doesn't it? This bottom of this bumper, it's all paint flaking off. It's an old bumper, is that one? So I do maybe need to tidy that up at some point, but right now we won't worry about that. But sump guard is on. I'm just going to need to go and find some M8 just to go in them. And there's a split pin to go in that bottom ball joint too. So I'll go and get them out of the van. Job is a good one. Just put that little sticker on that there as well. Photographs from the front. Happy days. Now then, everyone. So a new day, and it's tyre mounting day. So got two rims painted up here. That one's got the Michelin on. Just want to test fit that, and then we've got some two tyres there. I have also got 4 of these. So we'll see. They're inside there. I've just got 2 extra with the 2 extra rims, just as some spares. Got some Dunlops there. So let's go to the tyre service place. There we have it. Tyres mounted. Thank you very much for Trav at Lodge Quarry Garage in Carnforth. Happy days. Let's go. Okay, so next thing we need to do is just sorting out sort of like spares and fluids box. So I've got enough engine coolant, I've got manual transmission fluid, got spares of that, I've got power steering fluid, I've got a power steering belt spare. What I haven't got is oil filter and engine oil, just in case we need to swap it for whatever reason. I do have 5 litres, but it's always handy to have a bit more in it. And stuff like split pins and other few bits. So we're just back at our favourite place. So we're back at EK's, and yeah, picking up some more stuff. So it's like a rushing round day today. Stuff like, you know, like an oil heater for the van when we're on the campsite. I haven't got one, so I'm going to get one of them. I have got lights, even though they are Home Bargains efforts and stuff, so LED lights for the van, so you're not going to get blinded by these ones that are already in. From previous years, I've also got these pull down lights, so they're like floodlights that are on a swivel, so they do go down for a service area. I do need to sort the van out yet. Got loads of stuff in here. But so that's not today. Today, seat rails and stuff are supposed to be arriving, which haven't arrived yet. And yeah, like I say, just a rushing round day. I'm going to get a car cover, I think, because we're going on the campsite that we're stopping at. We're going to have a 6x3 marquee, so if we can push the car out, stick a cover over it, that won't get filled up with water, because the seals on rally cars are crap. It comes through the windows and all sorts. So, and then we can sit in the marquee, and there's going to be quite a few of us, so it'll be quite good. The Touran is all set to go. The van has got new brakes on it, that's all ready to go. Trailer's all sorted, and I'm trying to think of other, and make a list of stuff that I need to get. So, right, just nip in here and get what we need. Next stop off, screw fix. Here we have the haul. So we've got a new oil heater for the campsite, for the van. New organiser. That is for electrical bits to go in there. Connectors. Got a new car cover. Handy wipes because they're always handy. We've got some impact sockets for the fuzz gun and some M8. Everything. Nuts, washers, bolts as well. And yeah, happy days. So that is a full van of stuff. Even the front seats absolutely rammed full of stuff. So there's a lot to sort out in here. So we're back in the garage. Sorry, this video is absolutely all over. But I'm just making new brake lines up. Spin it around for you. So here are the old ones. A little bit short. There's a little kink in it there, and it's where the upright has touched it against the strut on full maximum travel, if that makes sense. So I've got this, got 4 meters of dash 3. So I'm just putting a new stainless steel ends on. That'll obviously, you know, change that. That's the same as that. And I've got some new stainless banjo bolts. Banjo things. Banjos. So yeah, I'm just going to make these slightly longer in here and put a nicer loop. So it comes out the body just under the arm here. I'll bring it down and then I'll do some sort of loop. So it, you know, when the suspension's going up, it won't be anyway. Happy days. So I don't know if any of you have made braided hoses before, but on the so basically you have a 1 mil cut off grinder wheel, and then you slide your fitting on. So that's your tighten up fitting. Then you splay out your barb. You can see there your barb. You splay that out, and then your olive sits on the plastic thing, and you've got to push it against something pretty hard. And yeah, so then that just like a compression fitting on your plumbing, really, that comes over the top and screws up to your fitting on the car, or yeah, which looks like that. Can you see that there? So that bit there goes in the pipe, and then your fitting screws onto there. So pretty straightforward. Done it before, so let's just get them knocked out and we're done. So there we go, got the olive on there. And what you got to do, you can't really see it because the camera's not going to focus, is it? Will it focus? No, I don't think it will. So anyway, you've got to get your plastic bit in the middle, right to the end of that olive. And so like I said, that's why you have to push it against something pretty hard, like a wall or a vice or something. But yeah, right, let's do. Right, so we just had to halt on the brake line fitting scenario for the second, because I've just been to Masterpart and bought some of these rubber P-clip things to hold the brake lines in the right place, but I've just been on to FedEx again. They're going to deliver my parcel before 6 PM today, apparently. I've got a case number, I've got a tracking number, so I'm rushing home now. It is 4 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock now, so 2 hours to wait. But anyway, it means I'll have the seat rails and be able to put the seat in, even though I've ordered the seat rails again, so I'll get another set turning up. Nightmare. So yeah, it's quite stressful not having your Navi seat bolted into the car on rally week, not gonna lie. But anyway, I've now figured out my brake line routing anyway, so it's going to be well away from the suspension components, and yeah, I'm a lot more happier now that I've got that figured out as well. So thank you very much for Andrew Jackson for your second opinion on that one. But yeah, we're heading home. Hopefully we'll get these seat rails. I just need them in my hand. FedEx. So I've got the seat rails. The new ones are right there I think that's probably the thickest delivery driver I've ever met in my life. I've had to run to the other side of my village to meet him because he can't use a sat-nav. He was in his 20s and he said, "Oh, we'll just leave it for another day then, I can't find you." Oh mate, you've no idea. And then he says to me, "I've been trying to find this place for a week." I said, "Well, why don't you just use the phone number that's on the label?" Don't even go there. So, just making my way back to Steve and Caroline's garage now. Thought I'd do a bit of a vlog as we go. So, I'm so happy I've got these seat rails now. What a stress less that's been now. But yeah, get the seating tonight, get the new front brake line sorted out, and then we should be nearly there. There's some tracking to sort out that I want to try and get it lined up. But other than that, stick a spare wheel in the boot and off we go rallying. So, try to prep the car as much as I possibly can this year, as you can see through all the videos and stuff that we've done. And it's absolutely pouring down now. So I was going to try and take it for a drive tonight, but not with slicks on, I don't think. But we'll see later on, see how we get on. But yeah, I've just managed to sit down for an hour just waiting for this guy to come with FedEx. And it has been a lot of work this year, the build up to Mull rally, even with getting the car ready for the prom rally that we've done. It has been a lot of work, probably because it's full car refresh basically. I think these brake lines are the last thing that's been on the car that that's not been replaced. So yeah, it's been full on for the past sort of 3 months. Getting it all painted underneath and all the rest of it, getting it all spick and span and safe where we like it. But I'm looking forward to Mull now. I've got this bloody Navic seat to fit in, now that we can do that. But I am looking forward to it a lot more than the previous years, but obviously looking forward to it, but feel more prepared. I think that's the way to sort of think about it. So this week, so it's Tuesday today, so this week is going to be prep the van week, get all the spares in. That's going to be for the rest of the week. I don't know how many more sort of episodes we're going to get out before we actually go, get these set off. So I'll try and keep a steady vlog of what's going on. But other than a few more little jobs tonight, it's nice to have it all squared up. But yeah, so looking at the weather here, I hope it's a damn sight drier up at Mull, but probably not. But we've just been onto the campsite and then we've got marquees and stuff to put in the van this time, and bought a car cover today so we can keep the car outside. And there's quite a few of us camping out at Pennygown, so we can all huddle in the marquee and have a few drinks and relax, I think is the answer. Been all around and everywhere today just to try and get every spare that I can possibly think of, so that'll be the next few days, sorting all that out and what goes in what vehicle and trolley jacks and all the rest of it. So, but yeah, we're going to head off to the garage and do the fan a little bit. Now then, so 12 o'clock at night, now sporting a new cut on the nose because I'll show you. So got the brake lines all in now, rerouted a lot nicer. So they run along there around the back of the shocker with some nice rubberized P-clips. They've got this nice little flexor here that goes down into the back of the caliper. Job's a good one. As I was just pushing this backwards and forwards just to make sure the flexi, my hand slipped off the caliper and I nutted the wing. So it's pretty brutal, made my neck click anyway. And then I fell over on the decking outside because it's slippy and it's all green. So I'm not having the best night, it jolted me back. Anyway, proper damage. Anyway, it's damage done to me and not the car this time, so that's quite nice, isn't it? Right, front brake lines, done. got the navy seat in as well, so I'll show you that too. There we have it. Bit of a different colour, so this one to mine, but this is a motor drive. Not too sure about this, but we'll just have to live with it. We've got a right colour clash going on. Turquoisey blue and deep blue, but anyway, seat is well and truly in. I've had to make a little recess down here. I don't know if you can see, but down there, where the handbrake is just quite close to the seat, so we're in. Happy days. That's another job less. I was really worrying about that, but so the last little job I did see, so I did put a new rubber grommet on this the other day, but I have seen it's still weeping a little bit, so I'm just going to take it off and start again. So just finished sorting out the reservoir, put a new rubber grommet on there, and job is a good one. So I think that's going to be it for this one. It's been a brutal few weeks, but I think she's there. Barring putting a toolkit in, which is coming from Amazon, I don't think there's anything else to do on the car apart from the tracking. Track it. So just got to check that after that little curb shunt on promenade stage, on the last stage. But barring that, I think I'm there. So tomorrow we'll be taking her out and getting them new brakes all bedded in and everything. So we'll have some seat time and yeah, just get used to driving her again, really. Especially with new gearbox. Got to know when to downshift that thing, because it's quite a short ratio now, so we don't want to be locking the wheels up on downshift or anything. So, but yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. We will try and bring some more videos out before the rally, and yeah. So, if you'd like to subscribe, please do. That'd be great. And if you do want to follow us on Facebook, it's Andy Wild Rallying, and on Instagram. But if you do want some flapjack, it's thewildbakery.co.uk. Here's the advert.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.